Hey folks, we are back at NikkiT.live. My name is Nick Taylor, your host, and today I'm hanging out with my good friend Bekah. Bekah, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Good to see you as always. For folks who don't know you as well as I do, you mind just kind of giving kind of a little short, who you are, what you're up to, and then we can kind of jump into what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, sure. I'm Becca. I am a career transitioner. I spent 10 years teaching college English before moving over to tech a couple of years ago. I am one of the maintainers at Virtual Coffee, and I am the developer experience lead at OpenSauced.
Awesome. So, in your day to day of being the developer experience lead there, part of it is working with the community. And we're going to be talking a bit about some stuff that's related to the community. So, we're going to be talking about optimizing your open source contributions. Um, Now, before we get into that, so open source, do you mind, again, for folks who might not be familiar with open source, like what it is, what the company's been up to, their kind of, I guess, their relation to open source, etc. I'm just trying to throw as many questions at you.
Yeah, I'll answer all of them. Open sauce, what we're doing is we're working really hard to empower developers to work in the open. And so we focus a lot on open source projects and we want to support contributors and maintainers and teams of folks who are working on open source. And, I think that it's a really great way to give back to the community, to enhance your resume, to learn, and to be part of a community. And so these are all of the things that we're focused on, but like with the goal of empowering developers to be contributing to open source.
Awesome, awesome. And I will admit I am biased. I love a bunch of the people that work there and I love the project. So, uh, you know, I guess take my opinions with a grain of salt, but I think it's a great project and great people running it. So, um, okay, so yeah, so let's talk about optimizing your open source contribution. So, I guess like that's the topic we went with for today. It's not really clickbaity, but it's kind of like here's I feel like it's like kind of like when somebody says here's a Twitter thread and then follow these 10 steps and you will be famous and make tons of money or whatever. But yeah, I guess kind of what do you want to kind of touch on about contributing to open source and just kind of optimizing that?
Yeah, and I will say, no, it's not only for developers. Sorry, I misspoke there, but it's for everyone. And that's
I
one
do
of the
that all the
things.
time too. I'm so bad at that.
One of the things that we want to make sure that we are empowering everybody who's doing something in open source. And I had a blog post recently where I talked about non-code contributions. And actually, I'm going to have a Twitter space next week with a couple
Oh,
of
cool.
cool folks about non-coding contributions. And
Yeah.
so, you know, coming from a boot camp, I think that it there can be a real struggle to get involved and find your first job, especially now in tech. But I don't think that it's only people who are coming out of boot camp that can be contributing. And so, one of the things that I found and that I've heard through the years that I've been in tech is folks, one, don't know what open source is,
Yeah.
or two, they're not really sure how to get started. And that's not just for new folks in tech, that's for people who have been doing it a long time. And one of my favorite stories to tell about open sources at Virtual Coffee, we always do a big Hacktoberfest event. And
Yeah.
I think it was like last year or the year before, one of our members who had been in tech for a really long time and had worked for some really big name companies had never contributed to open source and wanted some help getting started. And so
Hmm.
for me, it was really eye opening to say, like, okay, how can we support people at all stages of their coding journey and getting involved in open source? And I think some of that comes through information and awareness. What is it? How do you get involved in it? And then, also the other part, like how do you find projects? How do you know if it's a welcoming community? And I think that
Yeah.
all of this goes towards optimizing that experience and then sharing that experience as well. Because when we share, then other people are more willing to ask us questions or to get involved or to find out a little bit more about what that experience was like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. And Yeah, my brain just froze. But but yeah, it's so much, and I totally get the people who may have maybe they've heard of open source but they've never touched it, or like, because I've worked with a lot of people prior to working in open source. Like I was working in closed source, it was in .NET, and I think .NET's a lot better these days in terms of being open source, like Microsoft open source .NET Core and all that stuff. But at the time I was doing .NET, and a lot of the people I worked with, like even when I started contributing open source, a lot of them had never done it because it, and these are like, they were like really great developers. It's just something that either they didn't care about or it just really wasn't on their radar. It's so it's kind of interesting, because we're in it every day. So it's like, to me, it's normal, almost to some degree. So, but it's totally understandable if people are like, what, you're just, your code's out there, people can, like, there's definitely many misconceptions of what open source is too, and I think it's changed over time too, so it's, yeah, definitely interesting when people hear about it.
Yeah. And now I feel like I need to write a blog post on the misconceptions of open source. I actually think we've gotten a lot of questions about that. And even I had a Twitter thread
Yeah.
the other day. How do you explain open source to somebody who's not in tech? And it was interesting to see the responses, but also to think about those. Like, well, I'm not really sure that is what open source is. So maybe there
Yeah.
needs to be some clarification. And open source means a lot of different things to different projects too. And so I think that part of that is defining that there are variations of what is open source and what that means. Somebody might have an open source project but not be getting contributors. They don't want
Hmm.
contributors, right? So there's lots of different things, and I think that that can be tricky for people. And also, I think the statistic is something like 90% of companies use open source software. So it's just
Yeah.
wild to me that we're not putting more time into nurturing those projects and giving back in
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah, for sure. It is kind of weird when you think of stuff like like Babel, which basically moved the whole JavaScript ecosystem forward. And like there are people that, you know I think they have like a, I don't know if they have GitHub sponsors too, but like Henry Zhu, who's I believe still running that or heading it, you know, he was getting funding, but I still find it wild that like pretty much any large company that's building something front end is using these tools, and so many people aren't contributing to it. And like I personally like to sponsor projects if I can, or people if I can, or a project, but there's only so much I can do because at the end of the day I need to get paid too. And it's kind of like when everybody's asking you to donate to literally everything, but it's not really the solution either. Like it's like I feel good that I'm helping support these people, but I'm not what's gonna be paying their rent. Maybe if like a million developers do it, but I don't think that's really how things pan out right now. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I was talking with Josh Goldberg about this a while ago when he was on the stream, and he was just talking about open source funding, and it's kind of a hard nut to crack right now because like, I don't know. There's lots of, I don't know, like if you have people that you're paying on the project, like how do you split it up? Like, is somebody's contribution worth more than somebody else? I don't know. There's like, it's not something I've really had to deal with yet, but I feel like there could be a lot of politics involved in just that alone. I think it's different if it's one person, but anyways, all that
Yeah,
says,
well,
I don't know the answer.
well, and I think Chrissy has a great repository that she just posted in the chat focusing on convincing companies to do open source. And I think that's definitely something that we are interested in discussing that problem and some ideas that we have for it as well. And I think
Yeah.
that to go along with that, there's lots of different ways to support open source. And some of it
Hmm.
is monetarily, some of it is contributing, some of it is writing blog posts about the projects that you love.
Yeah.
answering questions in the community because like at the end of the day, the maintainers are trying to do a lot of different things and making sure that they have support is going to go a long way to like one preventing burnout but also to ensuring that they get the support that they need to free up time to be able to work on those projects.
Yeah. I'm just dropping a link to it. I don't know why it's not copying, but let me just paste it in here. Okay, is it not? Did it paste it in? No. You cannot. I'm clicking the wrong thing in the chat. It says you cannot cheer in your own channel, and I'm like, oh yes, I'm quite aware of that. But
Cheering
uh,
yourself on. I mean, if you're
yeah,
here by yourself and you're lonely, sometimes you just gotta be your own cheerleader.
yeah, I'm just wondering why it's not letting me. Okay, there, I can paste it now. For some reason, I have the chat in OBS for my stream, and it wasn't letting me post URLs in there for some reason. So I posted it just on the other channel. But yeah, it's a few minutes of Josh just talking about it because Josh, I know a bunch of us know who Josh is, but Josh went full time on open source work, and so like he just kind of talks for 3 or 4 minutes about like the whole OSS funding. So it's a good watch if you want, and there's the whole stream too if you want to check it out. And I see you dropped something. I'm not sure what that is. What did you drop?
That was that's a blog post on how to contribute to open source without knowing how to code. So there's different
Okay.
project suggestions or ways to get involved, and those are some of the things that I mentioned, and I thought it was worth dropping the link to.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, for sure, for sure. Okay, cool. With that, I mean, we can continue some more. I don't know if anybody else has some questions before we kind of move along, but yeah, we can talk. I definitely like what you were saying about like I guess because optimizing your OSS contributions could mean many things, but I like what you said where it's like typically if I contribute to a project, if it's not work related, it's going to be something that I'm somewhat interested in, or maybe it's a project I found and I'm trying to learn a new language or maybe a new framework. So that's why I go there. But I do think it's important to still check out, like, maybe some people don't care about this, but like the code of conduct, like the health of the project to some degree. And, you know, because like I don't want to be contributing to a project where like the people are just garbage, like that's
Yeah,
to put it
no
lightly.
garbage projects.
Yeah, yeah, no garbage projects. But I'm curious about other things. Like I said, it's kind of wide ranging what it means to optimize your OSS contributions. Are there any other things that come to mind when you're thinking about that?
Well, I think deciding what your goal or purpose is in contributing to open source can be really important to optimizing your contributions because it
Hmm.
helps you to better define what that path for open source looks like. Is it
Yeah,
something like you want to improve your resume or gain experience? Then what do you want
yeah,
to gain experience in? If you're a new developer and you want to land a job in React, then find a
yeah,
way to get involved in a project that does React or if you're mid-level and you want to learn a new skill or take on like get some practice in a different language, then that journey is going to look a little bit different for you too. So really
yeah,
finding like what your purpose or goal is and another Jessica I think is in the chat and was chatting
yeah.
with her the other day about her Black Musical Excellence Program. I think I put the words in the wrong order. Sorry, Jessica. But that's an open source project, and it was something that she was passionate about, right? And so, like,
Yeah.
maybe what you're really looking for is building a community around a topic that you're passionate about or joining an open source project so that you can contribute to that in a way that makes it feel meaningful to you and allows you to give back to something that you really are invested in.
Hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. And yeah, I love that project when Jessica presented. I think I can't remember if it was during Lightning Talks or a lunch and learn at Virtual Coffee. I think it was Lightning Talks, maybe.
I
Uh,
I
it's
I
been like
can't
two
remember.
years,
I
I think.
know.
Yeah, I've got pandemic brain. It's like, what day is it? What time is it? What year is it? Kind of thing going on. But
A
yeah,
monthly challenge.
but yeah, no, it is a great project, just showcasing, black musicians, and not only that, it's like something kind of near and dear to Jessica's heart. She's a musician, so like I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jessica. I know we're not talking right now, but like in terms of like you're just in the chat, but I feel like when it's something you're passionate about or really interested in, it comes a lot easier when you're doing something. It's I kind of think about like when people say, "Oh, I hate this" or "I don't like this," and a lot of times it's because maybe you don't understand something or you're just like you're not as good at it. Like it's easy when things are easy or you're good at it. It just comes more naturally for obvious reasons. But yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Jessica's saying yeah, it was a fun project because it was a huge part of her life, and also just got to give her a shout out again. She's the only person I know that's ever been in an NFL orchestra, so like literally the National Football League. I don't watch football really, but that's pretty dope. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's yeah, exactly, Chrissy. Yeah, that's her.
The
That's
Jessica Wilkins.
the Jessica. Yeah. You can, if you want, take a screenshot of that chat. Maybe sell that on eBay later. Who knows? Who knows? Cool, cool, cool. Um, so speaking of contributions, I don't know when you want to start talking about it, but like, so at OpenSauced, right now, there's a browser extension that exists in the project as well. Well, it's another project, I should say. So like, um, I guess maybe we can. I can share my screen for a second. Maybe we can just talk a bit about open source first, and just to give
Yeah.
some context to what the project is. So let me just switch over here. Okay, let's go to pairing view for a sec. Okay, so yeah, so I guess to kind of give context to what we're gonna look at today in terms of an issue, and we'll give some nice shameless plugs to open source here. I guess first explain to folks who might be new to it or people that are catching this recording later on YouTube, what is open source exactly?
Yeah, so we're here to support the journey of developers and teams who are involved or interested in getting involved in open source. And so we do that by making it to decrease the barriers to entry of finding your first issue, learning about different repositories, seeing who else is contributing, and then also it allows you to amplify the contributions that you're doing through our highlights feature. And
Okay.
so our browser extension is making it easier to connect to your profile and to create a highlight.
Okay, yeah. And so I have the project here. I'll drop it in the chat. If anybody's interested, feel free to check out the project. And if that's something you're interested in contributing to, um, it's kind of like a big bang for your buck. If you're a fan of open source, you want to learn about a browser extension, this is probably a good place to stop. Even if you don't end up contributing it, I encourage you to just check out the project. I can already see some familiar faces. I see Anthony Campolo has already. Oh, he's sponsoring. Sorry, he didn't contribute. Maybe he did contribute, but that's nice to see that there's already some sponsors. And yeah, okay, I guess I did contribute to that project. I forgot I did. Um, uh, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Like, uh, we can talk a bit about like well, I guess before we go to that, so like you were talking about the highlights. So like if I'm connected on my with my GitHub here. So no, I don't need to save that. So when you're talking about the highlights, are you talking about the insights page here, or
So there's
or is
also
that not?
that's different. Okay, so
Okay,
the insights page can help you to gain insights of different projects that you're interested in. Okay, so you
yeah,
can save these either publicly or privately, but you can look at different repositories and then
okay,
get a better understanding of what's going on in those repositories, who is contributing there, what's
okay,
the acceptance rate, and that kind of stuff. And that can help you to see, hey, does this look like a friendly repository? Is this worth exploring a little bit more? Who do I know that's contributing there? And can I connect with that person maybe to get a little insight into what they thought about their experience as a contributor?
okay, okay. Okay, gotcha. And then there's the actual like my own page here. So this is if I load this up, I think they're reworking the image maybe because my image was showing there before, but it's showing up here. But anyways, but okay, this is what you're talking about highlights as well here. So like I was testing this out so a while ago, just well because like I said I'm a fan of the project, so I just wanted to add some things here. So these are like basically what I consider my highlights, stuff that I want to showcase. And like I I think this is interesting too when you were talking a bit about you know how do you want to optimize for your OSS contributions, And like if you're looking for work, like people always say, "Can you give me your GitHub?" Which is great,
Yeah,
but I almost think that like I might even be more inclined to say, "Here's my highlights" versus my GitHub profile, because
for
obviously
sure.
people can go to your GitHub profile and you can have like some projects that you highlight there and stuff, but you can't, if you really want to see like recent work I've done, you can't, it doesn't really surface unless you like modify your README for your profile on GitHub, I guess. But so this is kind of like a nice way where you can say, oh, and it looks like I got 5 rockets there, so that's cool.
Woo, woo.
Um, um, but yeah, so this is kind of like a nice way in terms of if you're going into an interview, uh, and I always say, and not just if it's your, if you're already working, but I think the thing I always say about open source, if you can do it, it's such a great way to show experience if you're trying to land that first job or maybe the first couple jobs, because I'm sure everybody's heard it. Landing the first job is the hardest, and I definitely agree. Even though mine was like a long, long time ago. So yeah, no, I think this is great. So, okay, so we have that, and then if we go to GitHub now, and I don't have the extension installed right now, because I was I was testing it out when before it went live, and I was running it locally, and I have it uninstalled now, so I don't have the brand new one. So if I want to get the official one, I guess I come down here, or where can I access it? Do you know if it's in the Chrome store yet,
It
or
is
is
in
it
the
just
Chrome
locally?
store, and I was just I I put a bunch of links in a doc so I could drop them directly on here, and now where did they go? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I
yeah,
should
I
be
think
able to
if you go
find
to
it.
OpenSauced.ai.
Okay. Okay, it works.
There you
So
go.
Chrome extension to get started. Okay, cool. So I'll drop that. Or did you drop that in the chat already?
I
Or I
didn't.
can drop
No,
it.
I did not.
Okay. So if you want to install the extension, um, if you do end up working on the extension, just be aware that like you would have a developer version of it installed and the actual extension. So typically when I work on an extension, uh, something like this, I would probably just have the one there installed. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and install it. I'm in Arc, but basically this is in the Chrome Web Store. But as long as you're in a Chromium-based browser, so that's Microsoft Edge, Chrome, Arc, or other ones, you can add it. Edge, the Microsoft Edge has its own store, but did this add it? I can't tell. I'm saying that, and all of a sudden, I'm wondering if it actually installed it. Add to Chrome. Let's see, what's it saying here? Failed to load resource. Really? Okay. Add to Chrome. I can't tell if it's there. Let's go back to my GitHub profile and I'll refresh. Okay, it didn't install it, which is kind of weird. This isn't an open source issue. This is like the Chrome store is not doing it for some reason, but that's very odd. I wonder if I have like, if it's like a pop-up blocker or something. Weird. Okay, interesting. Let me just open up another browser real quick. I am in Arc, which is a newer browser, so it is possible that maybe there's something different. I have installed other extensions before though, so let's just go here.
BDuggy
So
says
I'm
to
in.
check the version. 0.01 is the dev one.
Okay. All right. There. Add to Chrome. Okay, yeah. There's something in Arc that might have changed. So I'm in Microsoft Edge now, and if you're in Chrome, it should add it. So okay, so it's added it for me here now. So if I go to github.com, okay, I gotta log in and stuff. Okay, give me a sec here. I'm just gonna do that off screen. So good old one here. I'll switch us to regular view for a sec just while I log in. Not that there's anything super secret, but I just don't want to show my one password and stuff. But that's good to know. There's definitely something that changed in Arc because I have a bunch of other Chrome extensions installed. So, and it seems to be the Chrome store not letting me install it, which is not the same thing. So, all right, so I'm gonna sign in as me. All right, okay, I'm logged into GitHub. Okay, so let's come back to pairing view.
Kirk
Okay.
says, "We're friendly, so you can show your passwords. It's
Oh,
okay."
I'm not so worried about showing my login. It doesn't show my password, but it's got because it shows other Netlify stuff, so that's why I just didn't want to show it. Um, okay, so all right, so the extension's installed now, and I don't know if you want to talk people through this or there's this new thing here that says invite to OpenSauced.
Oh, yeah,
I
let
think if I
me
click on the or let's go to
so
somebody
if
in
you
the
go
chat.
yeah, who is not on OpenSauced right now?
Yeah, and it's okay. We won't take offense to it. All
Jessica.
right.
Alright.
All right. Can you drop your GitHub handle?
I think is it this
Or is it Coder Girl 1991? Okay, JD Wilkin. All right, so let's go there. Okay, so I can say invite to OpenSauce. Okay, so one flow here is I can say I can invite her to Twitter. And then of course I'm not logged in because I'm not using this browser normally, so I'm showing a terrible flow right now. Okay, let me just log in. Da, 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 da. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So this is one way if you want to invite somebody, so I can just send it over to Jessica or whoever. So here, the way this works, I think, and B Dougie, who's in the chat, or Bekah, let me know. But I think you get the Twitter icon here because that particular account has their Twitter. Like you can see down below, it says Coder Girl 1991 in the background there. If I zoom in a bit, so that's how the extension's detecting it, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'm going to test this out, Jessica. So I'm going to tweet you. So there we go. Cool. Cool. Okay. So that's good there. Okay. I personally don't know all the stuff the extension can do yet. I know it's still early days. So, uh,
if you wanna
I guess,
click on it, we can you should be able to log in using, um I'm already logged in, so I can't remember what the flow is for it there, but it will
okay. Yeah.
show you how to go to your highlights feed, how to go to your dashboard, and we're
Okay.
working on some other, cool
Okay.
issues in there as well. Let's see.
Actually, let me go into the extensions here. So, okay. So if I go to OpenSauce, and is it here? Oh no, that's going to the website. There's the options in there. Is that what you mean?
Just click on the extension.
Okay. Okay, login. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so I'm already logged into OpenSauce, I guess, because I was in my GitHub. Okay, so it logged me in.
Okay, so
Okay,
you
and then it
should
brings
be
me here.
able to click on the extension, and then it has a drop down menu to take you to your highlights feed or to your dashboard. You can
Okay.
also click on your profile in there, and it will show you how many highlights you have, your PR count, and some
Okay.
other information.
Okay, gotcha. And just for the folks catching the stream, I can zoom in my browser, but the browser extension, I can't zoom that in. So, but it says what Bekah was saying. So here I can click on go to highlights feed, like you were mentioning. And okay, so this isn't my own highlights of my own profile. This is like everybody's.
General, the highlights feed, right? Exactly. So you'll be able
Okay.
to see everyone, and we have highlights for folks that you're following, so you can look at those as well.
Okay.
Um,
And it seems like there's a lot of activity in here already. That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you go back and click that browser extension, click your profile in there where it says I can't see what it says. Okay, so there you go. So you can see a little bit more. It gives you kind of your stats, and this goes
Okay.
along with what your profile will look like. So if we were talking about earlier about sharing for a job, right? Like if you want to send a
Yeah.
recruiter or whatever, like, hey, this is the stuff that I'm proud of that I've done in open source, then you can get some of that information. You can get those highlights there,
Okay.
and send them over to give them a better idea of what kind of work you've been involved in.
Okay. Cool. 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 And I see it's tagged with some interests of mine. So JavaScript, TypeScript, React, and Rust. and it's nice here. It's got my profile, so like it's got my like the stuff I have. Actually, the LinkedIn. Oh, I guess that the LinkedIn I put in my OpenSauced profile because that's not on GitHub. That's why that's there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so all that stuff is the what you have in your profile, and I think that your bio also goes in there, so you have that information. The current interests are actually the ones that you select when you sign up,
Okay.
and finish your profile, and then that also helps to identify what repositories you'll see if you're exploring for a new issue or for a new open source project to contribute to.
Okay. Cool. 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 Okay, and then aside from that, we that's the highlights feed, or I can go to my dashboard, and that brings me to the insights where we were before. Um, I have one project here. I've just been monitoring my because most of the work I do in Netlify, I'd say probably all of the work I think is open source. I can't think of what I worked on that was closed source anytime recently, but yeah, okay. Cool, cool. Okay, so that's and I know there's a lot of more stuff that's going to be coming in the extension over time. Like this literally I think this started like a month ago maybe even a little less. Like I know there's the Octo is it Octo interns? I don't know how you say it. Octin
Octurns? Is it Octurns?
yeah, Octurns.
We
Yeah, I
have
think that sounds right.
interns
Yeah,
from
exactly.
GitHub who are doing an amazing job. They're just doing a stellar job working on this. And so we've got an AI feature that's coming to write some description for you, and some other issues as well. But we're really excited to see like this is the early stage of development and how far it's going to come.
Yeah, yeah. And Chrissy in the chat is saying Jessica just joined. She said, and yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say Chrissy mentioned something. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe create an issue for that, Chrissy, or maybe like just yeah get back to Bekah with more context on the
Yeah, I'm just not
on.
really sure what you mean by that. So if you can share that, that would be great. Maybe too, I'm not sure if it has to do with insights. So if you're looking at adding different insight pages, you would need to go to your insights page and add that page.
Yeah.
And you should be able to add that repository through that page if that's what's happening.
Okay. Cool. 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 So yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna move this for now, since we don't need Edge at the moment. Do, do, do. Okay, so we've kind of I think most people that are checking out the stream now have an idea what open source is, the insights and all that, and what the browser extension is up to. So I guess with that kid setup, so we wanted to look at an issue today in regards to the browser extension. Do you have? I don't know if you want to drop that in the chat. This is a uh, to be clear, when I used to pair with people on the Dev 2 stream too and work on issues, the goal of the stream is not to finish the issue. If we finish it, that's amazing, but it's really not the goal. I think we're gonna look at the issue today, so I'm gonna just click on that, and of course it's opening up in my other browser window.
Well, if
Um,
anybody also, I just want to mention, if you have questions about open source or the things that we're doing, feel free to throw those in the chat too. And if we don't get to them here today, I'll get to you afterwards.
Yeah, and I know a bunch of you already in the Discord, but if folks who are in the chat aren't in the Discord, that's definitely a great place to continue the conversation aside from the GitHub. Um, okay, so have you looked at this issue yet, or do you want to kind of walk me
I
through what's kind of going on, or have you not yet?
Sure.
Or
Yeah, I did look at it this morning,
okay,
and I will say that I haven't contributed to this code base yet, and
okay,
so this is new for me too. But so we've got this latest highlights feature. So we're thinking, just to provide a little bit more context to what
okay,
kinds of things that you can be doing with the extension, but like kind of keep you connected to people in the community that are contributing. Have that
yeah,
latest highlight there at the top when you open up that extension. So when you looked at the highlights feed, take the latest highlight and then add that to the top of the Chrome extension.
okay, gotcha. Okay, cool, awesome. All right, I've got all kinds of chats going on here. All right. Okay. So awesome. Okay. And then list the latest highlight, provide the ability to react to the highlight. It would be nice to paginate and so on. Okay. So I guess the first thing is we want to get pull down the repo. I don't think I have it locally. And actually, sorry, you're gonna share your screen for this, I believe, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if
So
you want to go ahead
I
and
I
share
have to
your,
click something. That's me. That's on me.
yeah, yeah, no, no worries, no worries.
Where
Yeah. Once you got that done, I'll move us over to.
Alright,
Uh,
I think I get it. But now I can't see the chat at all. So
oh
you're
no,
in
that's
charge of
okay.
getting that.
All right. So I believe. Let me add it here. Guest sharing. Oh yeah, it's already sharing it. Cool. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so you have the extension installed already. Okay. Have you have you ever run the extension locally
I
yet?
have run the extension, and so if you go to the README, it gives you directions on what you need to do that, and, I will say that I'm a little familiar with this process because, at a previous position, Nick helped me work on an extension there as well, so, but I think that the README tells you everything that you really need to do to get it started if you wanna work on it locally, so I've already run installed the project dependencies, run a local instance, loaded the extension unpacked. And then I think, what do you have to do? Okay, yes, I have already run npm run dev, so it should be working.
Yeah. All right. And I'm just gonna I gotta go see your screen. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna look over here. Actually, I'll share it over here for myself because all right.
And also, we did drop the link to that, I think, in
Yeah, it should
um,
be in the chat. Yeah, it's already dropped there. Yeah.
so just for clarification, if you haven't done a Chrome extension before, you would click load unpacked and then it brings up this extension directory. I choose the dist file, but I already have that there. And so this is the one that I'm working on.
Okay,
And
yeah.
you can have it all loaded up there.
Yeah, okay. So you have it open. And again, because it's the browser extension, Bekah can't zoom in that part of the extension, like when the little pop-up shows up. Um, okay.
And I'll
So
just
let me.
drop, I think like there's some docs I'll drop in case we didn't get those already. But what are we doing? So what we need to be doing is adding that highlights. And so I thought maybe what we could start with is kind of hard coding and seeing what that looks like and see if we're happy with that. And that might be all the further that we get today. I'm not really sure, but I think it's a good place to start. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, no, I think we can start by like it's like just adding that latest highlight section, I think first, like you're saying, like even if we just add that little chunk of JSX because it looks like it's using React. Um, Yeah, so usually what I do when it's like a new project and I don't know where things are, I just kind of look for like I'll look for text and then it ends up in a component and then I find it and
Yeah, and this is how okay, so I'll show you kind of the process I did to just to open up the file. So, I know
yeah,
that there's the word tools with a colon, and so I
yeah,
searched for where that was, and I was able to find it here, and then I know that it needs to come above that. So probably still here within this main class, but then, creating that space for it here.
okay, yeah, okay, cool, cool,
And so I think too, let's take a look at the issue.
yeah. And
Alright, so we
for the issue, do you mind just zooming in like maybe 2 times? Just yeah, that's pretty good. I think people can follow along as well in the chat there because the link's there. But yeah, okay. So yeah, sorry, go ahead, continue.
I was just gonna say, so we know that we need something that says latest highlights, and then we're gonna put a border around that, have the highlight title, and then the highlight description. So there's kind of, I don't know, maybe um, three pieces that we can kind of work through here to get this going. So where should that go? Well, maybe what we should do, since we know that we're going to need to connect with the API here, which will give us the title and will give us the description. Um, why don't we just hard code everything right now?
Hmm.
And oops, what is going on there? Sorry about that. Um, and so maybe we should say that this is const latest highlight highlights title equals title. Um, and then we are going to need the description equals. And I don't know what's going on with my formatting here, but it's not doing what
It's
it should.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably good there. And then we need to add that information in. Actually, this is a TypeScript file. And I've only worked with TypeScript a little bit, but I think we know these are probably both going to be strings. So is it okay? So Nick, is this how you do TypeScript?
For for strings, you don't need to because it's because you put it as a string. Uh,
Got it.
the type the type will actually not be a string. It'll be a specific string. It can only be title because you're using const there. The reason why you got the squigglies is just because we're not using them yet. It's
Got it.
that's just a ESLint error.
All right. So now where do we go? We're coming down here and we know that we want it above tools.
Yep.
And so, oh, look,
Oh, oh, thank you, Copilot.
uh, latest highlight.
Yeah,
Is
is
this
that
what
what
we,
I think that's what the text was saying?
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what we want. We want the latest highlight. And then we want to add that border around there. Okay. Well, what is going on here? We want to close our div slash div, right?
Yep.
And
And
then
then
we'll have what do we want? We want the title, right?
yeah,
Uh,
so you can pop that in JSX the squigglies. What is it? Curly boys is Jason calls them.
oh,
Jason
I
Langsdorf calls them.
know. What do we call that? Latest highlight. Oh,
Description, is that it?
highlight title, and then
Okay.
just latest highlight description. Okay. I have broken it all. Okay, I'm not really sure why this is not formatting and why we have all the red. JSX expressions must have one parent element. Okay. So, oh, where should be?
I, I think it's red just because it's complaining about formatting, or what is it saying if you.
It says we need to add a fragment.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you don't have one element enclosing everything. So, yeah, you have to put everything in a fragment.
Did I put it in the wrong space?
Maybe after the div. Mind you, everything's in a div there. Like if you scroll up,
That's it.
I'm
So
trying
did
to
I have
see
the first
where.
one wrong? Okay.
Like if you remove the fragment for a sec
Oh,
at the just if you scroll down a bit there, that line 41, just get rid of that for a second. And then just you can collapse the thing. So like collapse line 40 if you go to the left there, you should get a little arrow to collapse it, I think. or that. The main, there seems to be something that's open still because normally you should be able to collapse the main. So maybe you don't have something that has a closing
Okay.
tag. Um,
H.
H3, H3.
Okay, wait. Are there too
Um,
many divs here?
I'm
Maybe
trying
that's
to see. I can't
mm,
tell. You have div. Maybe copy the H3 there, cut that out, and then just kind of undo the rest you added just to start. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. Caitlin's saying delete line 46.
oh.
I think you have an extra div. Oh, it's getting closer. The top part is complaining. I'm trying to see.
This
I
way?
can't
Okay.
tell here.
Here's a so that closes here. H3. And that's the only things we added though. Oh, look. Isn't that all we added?
I think so. Maybe maybe just kind of copy the H3 is yeah, everything's closed there. Maybe let's start again. Undo it what you did because I can't tell
Yeah.
what's broken here. Yeah, control Z everybody's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so just keep on doing like we have our two variables up top there. Okay, it's still okay, it's still all right. Is it still complaining? I
Is
guess
it
I guess I'd do what you did. I can't tell what you.
it should start on a new line. What is we're gonna get nowhere today. Sorry, friends.
It's all good. It's all good.
Um, why are you still squiggly here?
Okay,
Trailing space.
that's just white space. That's not a big deal. If you press save, it should remove it. Okay, so you got your two variables up top there still, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's go add it now. If we come back down. So okay. So if it's in the main, you should be fine because the main's kind of you don't need a fragment because the main will contain everything. So I guess if you put it back in now, so what you had before there, you had oh,
Wait a minute. This is
no, there's something I really can't tell. Div. Maybe just type it out again instead of pasting it in because I can't tell. But there's definitely a closing tag or something that's definitely what it is
okay. Okay.
because everything else seems fine. Like because the syntax is fine. Like it's the squiggly brackets.
All right. Okay. So we've got this. Stop it. This just worked. You.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like if we just add it again, like don't paste it, but just do like a
Right.
new tag, like do.
Okay. What did we say this was?
I think it's a H3 as well you had, or
H3. Oh wait, we already
okay,
have an H3. We already have that H3. So the next thing we need to do is add the
oh okay, wait,
oh,
JSX
we need to
elements will
add the
start
border.
and okay, it's just it's just Axe complaining, because you have three H3s one
Yeah.
after the other without any content.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's complaining about, maybe.
Okay. Well, let's latest highlight title. Okay, and then we get the must
Is
be
this
placed on a new line.
okay, just I guess just press enter maybe. I'm not sure why it's doing that.
I don't either.
If you press save now, it should remove that white space that it's complaining about.
It's not. It's not removing anything.
Weird. Or maybe instead of a H3 for now, just put like a paragraph. We can change it after.
Yeah.
I think that I think the problem is okay. So now what's it saying? Why is it talking about a new line? It's maybe it's a lint rule
It's there's
in the
something.
project.
Yeah. Expected closing tag to match it. What is going on? Oh, huh. Maybe that would fix it. Okay, maybe let's just look and see what this looks like.
Yeah, because
Curious lit
the
is doing a
linting
deep
rule
dive video.
is because it's just a linting rule. Like if you just load up the extension, because do you have the extension running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there we go. Latest highlight, title, and here's a description. So that's what we have done so far here.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm not sure what that lint issue is, but it's like, do you have the ESLint plugin for VS Code? Because it should be able to auto update that. Or like, what if you right click on it? Or what's the light bulb saying there? That your light bulb's blue, mine's usually yellow,
Oh.
but fix. Click on the first one, I guess. Fix the new line
Yeah, I try that.
problem.
Fix all auto fixable. That seems maybe dangerous. I shouldn't do that, right?
Oh no, it's okay. That's what you do when you run, like when you commit stuff. Yeah, there. Okay, it's just you don't appear to have maybe the way I have my VS Code set up is whenever I lose focus on a window, it auto formats, or if
Yeah.
I save it, it auto formats. So
Yeah, I've
um,
got some that I need to figure that out because I have some issues with my auto formatting working right now. I thought I figured it out. I guess I did not. Okay. So we at least have that hard coded. We need to
okay,
get that border around there, I think. So we should create a div here. Class name equals, and what do we need here? We can do, well,
let's see here. Okay, I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet that hasn't really used Tailwind yet. Uh, I'm assuming that's what that is. Leading 10, text, font medium.
oh my
Do you
gosh.
have the closing tag for it?
Yeah, I
Class
do.
name's fine. You got a space. Okay.
Let's make the border white. BORDER dash white. And then do you have to
Yeah,
put a
Jess is
number
saying it's
there?
Tailwind. Okay. Chris
Okay.
is saying I'm not the only one that hasn't used Tailwind. I'm not against using Tailwind. It's just I'm the next project I start, I'm gonna use it just to get up to speed with it. But it's essentially, from what I've seen, it's basically class-based utilities, which I've used a ton before, just not Tailwind. So,
Cool. Um
and I know there's spicy takes about it. So just a few, just a few.
just a few. Okay, so what else we need? We have a border there. We got it white. Maybe we can round the border a bit. Looks a little harsh. So rounded. Is that how this works? Does that look more rounded? We can look at the
I can't.
tail.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
can't
for
tell
creative.
because you can't zoom it in, but it looks rounder. I see a bit of border radius there.
Yeah, it looks slightly rounded. Okay, so what else do we need to do? We should probably add some padding there, right? Tail and we don't want flex. That's not what we're looking for. They're not the ducks we are looking for. Sorry.
You sound like Obi-Wan Kenobi. These aren't the ducks you're
That's
looking
what I
for.
was going for. Okay, it's been a while since I've also looked at Tailwind docs too. Padding. Okay, so P, okay, P dash 0, and then if you wanna make it
There's
bigger,
um
it's
there's an extension if you want to install it. I haven't used the Tailwind project yet, but in VS Code there's a Tailwind extension. If you just go to your extensions, and then it's supposed to auto complete all the like classes and stuff.
ooh,
It's probably the first one. I would go with the one that's 3.1 million downloads.
yeah, that seems like a good call. The longer the class names that are it's more confusing. Yeah, for sure. I've done 2 hackathon projects with Tailwind, and that's my
Mhm.
only experience, and I know it is not the right way to do it. I'll just Google somebody else's project that I wanna use and copy that, so, um, there's some, uh okay, so what did we say? How do I do this? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now you get all the Tailwind.
Yay.
I can guess what a
Oh, that's
bunch of them are, but I think there's a few obscure ones
oh, that
maybe
looks
that.
much better.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
so we've got the
And
title. We should probably make the title a little bit bigger, right?
yeah, and as side note, but for folks that are interested in contributing to the browser extension project, it's nice the way that the open source team has it set up, because as you're making changes, like you can see Bekah's making changes in VS Code, and you're getting that hot reloading like you might be used to like in a React project. So it's typically a little more, it's different in a browser extension, so it's kind of nice that they have it set it up this way so you can just move faster.
Okay, so I don't know. We can mess around with styles more, but I think it's kind of hard to see. So I'm not sure if that's ideal here. I don't know. What do you want to do next, Nick?
Let me pull up the issue again here. Da, da, da. Where did the issue go? Do, do, do.
I also have it up so I can pull it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe share it on screen, or do I have it
Yeah,
here?
can you
Okay,
see it?
yeah. Yeah, okay, and I have it up. Okay, so there's the latest highlights, the highlight title, and then it would be nice. So list the latest highlight and provide the ability to react to the highlight. So I'm assuming, eh, do you know if it's, I guess it's the latest highlight from the feed that we were looking at before? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
exactly.
Okay. Um, I haven't worked with the OpenSauced API yet, but I imagine that's where it's coming from. Do you know? Maybe we can go to the docs for that, and we can kind of like test a bit.
Let's see.
And if you don't mind, just zooming in like maybe 2 times, maybe just
Yeah,
for folks. Maybe one
this is
more.
where we
Sorry,
want to be.
I gotta be that guy. Sorry.
I can't. It won't let me go anymore. Oh,
Okay.
did it?
All right. And
Oh, okay. So we have. Is
okay.
this?
And could you drop that link to the docs in the chat just for folks if they want to check it out?
Okay, so this is the repo. Well, let's see. What is this? This is API docs. I think this is the right one.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, maybe this is the most useful. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I guess yeah. What's the what's the there must be examples in the project already of the API, or like so yeah. So like this is saying this is version one. Um. Okay. The highlight service user highlights adds a new highlight,
We
retrieves a
don't want
highlight.
user highlights. I think we want the general highlights feed. So
Yeah.
the that would be just for you as a user.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what we would want.
Finds all highlights and paginates them. Okay, yeah. So this is what they're talking about, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh, Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so I guess that's what we want to hit. Um, and if we look in the project,
It says to
there
click
must be
try
an
it.
example. Oh yeah, we can go ahead and try it. I guess if you
Yep.
click get and then it,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Yeah, so this is using Swagger. It's called Open. I think it's called Open API now. So this just allows you to test it, and it basically reads the definition. Like you can generate your API and stuff and your docs with this. It's pretty nice. So this is just showing an example, I guess. So it's when we make a fetch call to the API.
Sorry.
Uh, yeah. So um, what was I gonna say?
So we
If
want to
we look,
pull the title and the highlight.
yeah. So I mean, we can just when we make the request, it'll return this chunk of JSON for us, and then that'll be like the first highlight. Or how many highlights does it return? Because it's paged. It says it's
Yeah, I
package.
think that this is the list of highlights. So
Okay, yeah,
we
yeah.
really just want the first one, I think.
Yeah. So we can just start off by just making this call, and we can grab the first one in the array. We can, you know, clean it up a little more after. But I'd look in the project, and then like if we go back to the browser extension, because we must be using the API already, because there's stuff like logging into OpenSauced and so on. Because we can see if there's existing stuff in place there, we can just reuse it and use but just call this particular API. So if we take a peek back in the web extension project, there must be somewhere there, like if you look, maybe there's a login or look for, um, okay, BekahHW's dropped, yeah, it's there's a, in the utils folder, there's a fetch OpenSauced API data. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we already have, okay, this is what I figured would be here. So we already have like you don't need to like set up your credentials or anything. Like that's when they log into the API, that'll the rest of the browser extension will handle it. So we just basically need to create another function in the fetch OpenSauce API data. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, B Doug is just saying, yeah, we could add a get highlights function. So you can pretty
Okay.
much like you could probably copy an existing one and then we can clean it up. So like there's we'd probably want to look for one that is a get. So like get insight user insights data, the one you, or get repo data. Uh, any one of those get ones we can copy, and then we'll just rename it to get highlights, and then we'll
Okay.
go back to the docs where it has it was showing the get method for it.
Sorry.
Okay. No, that's all good. I'm looking at what B Doug is saying. Yeah, the lines 55 to 65 you can copy, he said.
Okay, get what did we say we're gonna call it? Get highlights. Nope, that's not how you spell it. Okay. One minus the username. Oh, he said gave that. Did I copy the right one?
Uh, yeah, that looks good enough. So it's a get method. So yeah, so it's got all this stuff here. Okay, so you see where it says open source users insights endpoint. If you right click on that and go to definition. Oh, hey, what's up, Graham? Um, so
Okay.
that constant there. If you go to the definition of that, we can add a new constant and we'll call it I don't know, open underscore sauce underscore get underscore highlights or something.
Is there a
So
shortcut to go there?
yeah, so if you right click on the constant and say go to
No.
definition,
Oh, cool. No. No.
what I think you're just hovering there. If you right click,
I tried to right click.
okay, or
No.
if not, just search for open source user insights endpoint, like for that
Okay.
variable or constant. It's either in this file or there's a constants folder probably. Okay, so it's coming from this constant. So if you go into that file and you can just, if you right click, go to, okay, there. So let's just
Okay.
create a new one there. And yeah, I guess yeah, prefix it with the same thing, open underscore sauce underscore, and we can just say get underscore highlights, I guess.
Okay, so open source highlights.
And then, um, yeah, so where it says slash v1, this is a suggestion. This wouldn't be for this PR, but I think we could pull out the actual base URL of the all these constants, like the HTTPS part, up
Oh, right.
until the just before the slash v1. Um, but that's like for another PR. So yeah, so let's okay. So you got the
Make sure
right
that's the right
one
thing.
there.
Um, V1 highlights list. Okay.
Okay.
Scope creep.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. Yeah, I'm scope creeper. I'm a sprint's nightmare. Okay, so we've got that constant now, and then now what we
Oh,
want
wait,
to
I
do
need to
is,
import that, right?
yeah, exactly. You can just add it there, or you can it'll auto import if not. Okay, and then let's pop that there.
What? Sorry, pasted it right in the middle. All right, cool. Um, what is this?
Okay, so that's got the get highlights now. So now what we can do is we can go back to the component
Okay.
and I don't know if they're using a use effect or how they're. I'm not sure how they're getting information currently, but we could add a use effect for now and like refile. I don't know if maybe BDuggy knows. I don't know if they're using something like React Query or not, uh, which is another project I believe it or not I haven't used yet, but that's on me. But I think if you look at the profile and see how they're calling one of the endpoints, I'm guessing they're probably doing it in use effect. Yeah, I see a use effect import there somewhere. Yeah, so you see there line 37. So that's how they're getting the data. So we want to do a similar thing, except we're going to call the get highlights endpoint, and then
Okay.
we can add some state there and so on, and then we can use that state to populate the highlights section there. So I'd go ahead and you can either copy that use effect and we can kind of clean it up.
Okay. I'll just put it up here. Oh, I need to import use effect. Okay. All right. Now, what do we want to do here? We want to highlights. Okay, so now
Okay.
what do we need to do here?
Okay, so it's gonna fetch the highlights and then so um, the highlights is gonna you see here. Hold on a sec. Const fetch. Da, da, da. Okay, so we don't need the same stuff. So like, we're gonna. This is using promise.all because it's getting a few things. We only need to get one thing. So like, let's let's delete the lines 11 to 15, and then we'll just start writing something else out.
Okay. No, that's not
Okay,
what
that's just Copilot. Okay, yeah. So we can do a set user highlights after, but so basically we want to make that fetch call. So we want to await. So if you call, uh, the exported function we created, the I forget what you called it, get user highlights, or maybe we
Uh,
haven't imported it yet.
oh,
It's
I guess I
it's
didn't. Did I not import it?
if you type it in, it should auto import it, depending on how you're set up. It's from that what was it that it
Yeah,
was in
open
utils? Yeah,
source.
in utils the fetch open source API data.
Highlights. Mm, okay. So we want to.
Okay,
Um,
so yeah, so we want to get the highlights, so we need to await it, so we can put it into. I guess it looks like there's user highlights data. I don't know if that's GitHub Copilot that did that, so we could say like const user highlights data.
think that was there
Equal.
because
Okay.
I think that was left over from what we had before.
Okay. So yeah, so we could just say on line 12, you could say const user highlights data equals the await, and then we're gonna say get the highlights, and then you'll need to have that on the same line because it's complaining right now. So yeah. Okay, so get highlights is fetch an argument for user token. Okay, so it's expecting a token, I guess. So like if we look at the other ones, let's see how they have it set up. So okay, so it's expecting a user token. So I guess see the one that was on line 65, I think. Let's just see where it's called.
Yeah, I don't think we need that, do we?
They all seem to take a user token. Username
Well,
string. Yeah.
but none of this isn't we don't need the user information here though, right? Because we're just
Oh, okay.
grabbing the highlights list. So I don't think that we
Okay. Well, what
need
does the
that in our
documentation say? Actually, if we look there, do
yeah.
we need do we need to log in or anything? Okay, it doesn't appear to say
Uh,
so.
I don't think we need to
Okay, so then we can just get rid of that in
down
that
here.
function. Let's just not pass in anything like no user token, and then we don't need line 180 then. I feel like you might need it though, but we can just try without it for now.
Well, we'll see. Oh my
Okay,
God.
that's okay. I don't know what it's complaining
All right.
about, but
All
all
right.
right, cool, cool.
Here we go. Okay, so
Okay, so we don't need to pass in anything. So that should get you the highlights. Okay, yeah, it's complaining about linting stuff. You can just put a semicolon and okay, and then now, okay, all the red squigglies are just complaining about white space, from what I can tell.
freaking me out.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can show you my editor setup after, but like I said, I have it so when I save, it auto formats like based on the ESLint and stuff, and it's just because like there's been so many times like a couple years ago or 3 years ago where I forgot to save things and I'd be like, why is it not changing? And so, anyways, um, so yeah, if you save it, it doesn't auto format. It's weird.
No, it's not working. I think there's just something wrong with my VS Code right now.
Okay, cool, cool. Well, we can look at that after. But okay, so here, okay, so that gives you the highlights. Okay, and then so now we want to probably add some state here. So we want to. Oh yeah, sorry, Graham's asking something in the chat. Actually, no, I'm not using some fancy camera. I stream with my phone now, and like if I move like this, it's something like a brand new upgrade. I'm using software called Camo because it's I know there's the continuity camera with Mac OS now, but I literally just opened Camo today and it must have upgraded and because normally I zoom in and I position myself, and now it's just automatic, so it's like I can't escape the camera now. it's, it's like, anyways, but it's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Camo actually. Yeah, so this is gonna get us the data, but now we need to set it in some state. So we need to do like a uh, we need to use the set state hook. So like if you want to, I gotta drink some water. I've been talking too much. Okay, and then so in the component, we'll need above the use effect. We'll have to create the
So this is
state.
what we're trying to change, right?
Oh, you can put that above, or yeah, that's fine. But just under on line 10, we need to add a use state. So we'd say like const. Uh, we would say yeah, it's an array, and then we'd say const, and it would be like highlights and oh no, you don't need to. No, you can leave those things for now. Don't worry about changing that. Um, we can do yeah, we can just ignore those for now, but like if we go to like yeah, up there, we could just put an array, and in there we could say highlight or latest highlight, or we can rename it after, and then set highlight, I guess, and then we'll say equals, and then use state, and we can just set it to undefined or null.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Just one sec here. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, and you can put a semicolon just so it stops complaining. Yeah.
Sorry. Looking at the chat.
No, it's all good. Okay. So now, so we have the highlight and the set highlight there. So now, if we come down to where we're doing the fetch highlights, so instead of we'll just assume that we're gonna get highlights back, but like at this point we'll need to do a set highlight, or whatever you called it in the yeah, set highlight.
Okay.
So like yeah, what the function you have in the use state there on line 10, we can copy that, just the set highlight, and then once we get the data back, the user highlights data, we can just say set highlight, and it's possible the array is empty that we get back. So let's just pick like the first highlight that we got. Highlights data 0, I guess, or you called it highlights. Oh yeah, no, it's just called highlights. Sorry. Um, and we'll just say 0. So you don't need the dot data. I was just reading the variable there before.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this should get you the data, and then this will set your state called highlight up there. So now if we scroll down into your component, we can put it wherever for now, but we have this piece of state called highlight now, so we can just paste it in somewhere where I guess it's you could put it in, I guess, under the latest highlight title maybe, or
Well, when we look at highlight though, like this is what I'm anticipating we're gonna be getting, right?
okay, yeah, okay, so yeah, if you go back, it's highlight dot title. Okay, so let's just do that. So instead of latest highlight title, just change that to highlight dot title. If you scroll down a bit where you were in the component, uh, yeah. So line 60, we can just say a highlight dot title. There's stuff we're not checking right now, like if there is a highlight and like is the array empty and stuff, but and TypeScript's gonna complain just because it's saying it doesn't know, but the thing will still build. So if you go back to the browser, we should hopefully see the latest title if you open up your thing. Okay.
Oh,
So,
we broke it.
I don't know, that's okay. That's okay. I know we got about 10 minutes left, but
Whoa.
we can go in the. You can debug it, which is a different thing. But do you mind zooming that in a bit? Just because I
Yeah,
can't read it.
cannot read property null of title.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the highlight we got back is not, there is no highlight. So let's go back to the component real quick.
Let's, I mean, maybe we should console log and see if we've done this right.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Is
it's
that,
gonna it's here. So you get your. Let's just make sure that user highlights data actually returns an array. So after line 16, let's just console log and see what we get,
yeah.
or alert it, or okay, and then just okay,
Why is it so big?
okay. If you go back, let's go back to the console log real quick. Okay, what's it saying? Cannot read prop. Yeah, okay, no, that's because of the component. Okay, let's go back to the component again in the editor. And let's not worry about down below in the component where we're putting the highlight title, because that's what it's complaining about right now. Let's just, yeah, leave that out for now. And let's go back up top. It should open again now. Or, okay,
Oh,
something else
still
is
not.
broken. Okay. So let's go back to the top. There's
Mm,
something breaking in the use effect. So, okay, highlights not used, which is fine. Okay, const. Yeah. Oh, I can't see anything because you're
sorry,
hovering.
sorry.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
So get highlights. Like let's comment out lines 18 and 19 for the moment. Okay, and then let's go back and rerun it.
No.
Okay. Okay, what's it complaining about?
Fetch user
Reference
data
error.
is not defined. Sorry, it's not
Okay.
making.
Fetch user data. Okay. Where's fetch user data? Uh, if you look for that in the project, line 23, Jess is saying.
Thanks, Jess.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't know what that is. And void, yeah, just delete
Oh,
that
that
void.
must be from the function that we copied.
Okay, so let's go back, and it probably like it's got red squigglies right now, but it should open now.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Yay.
Okay, so now let's check the console and just see um, what it put in the console log. We should have. Okay, we didn't get anything. Adding boundary to tree, customize.
Why is that
Okay,
not?
no, that's the old stuff. Let's clear that. Just if you click on the clear. Okay, and okay, and let's just. Okay, there's nothing
Are we
there.
still console logging?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just do an alert, which instead of console log, except do for user highlights data, just do JSON.stringify. Just because there's a way you can debug the browser extension, but it'll take a bit longer to go through that, and uh, and then you'll have to just it's capital JSON.
Sorry.
Oh no, no worries. Cool. So let's try that, and when you come back, it should. If you refresh the page, maybe I don't know why. Why is it not loading? Open the extension again. Why is it not popping? The the use effect isn't
Something wrong
running.
with the use effects. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Use effect. Fetch highlights. Async. Uh, await get user highlights, blah blah blah. I mean, it looks like it should be calling like if we just comment out lines 15 to 21 for a second, and then just say let's just in the use of let's just say like alert, loading or something. Is there's and if you come back to the browser extension,
Broken.
why is it? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. All right. I think we'll have to continue. Okay,
Oh,
so that error. Yeah, why are you getting that error? Because we're not even calling it API. Oh, you have a syntax error. Line 22, you didn't comment out. It's yeah. Okay, cool. And if you just come back, and then it should give you the yeah.
oh,
Okay.
there we go.
So the use effect is running. So there's something wrong with the
The way that
fetch.
we
So
have it
let's
set
just
up.
so the fetch. I don't know why it's not calling. Await get highlights and yeah, because lines 17 and 18 should work. If you const await get highlight, yeah. Let's uncomment those two again. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, it's not calling it. Yeah. So you can get rid of the line 15. We have the function there, but we're not calling it. So that's what they were doing before.
Oh,
So like after line 21, you have to call fetch highlights.
oh, right, right.
That's what they were doing before. Okay. And then if you do the alert now, like if you uncomment line 17,
Eh.
okay. Now if you return back, okay, let's try it again.
Oh,
Okay,
there we
there you
go.
go. Yeah, okay, okay. That's all it was.
It's very small. I
Oh,
cannot make it bigger. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's okay. I know we got like 2 minutes
So
left
we go.
here, but what
All
we can
right.
do
So this
now
is we need
is
data dot title.
yeah. So
Okay,
so
I
now we
think
can
it's.
go and I think your screen slowed down for a sec.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, Teddy Gavi, who I'm
No.
not sure who is saying that you're slaying the live coding. Um, yeah. So now that we've got the highlights, is
Does
it
that tell me this is wrong?
well? It's gonna complain because we don't have TypeScript set up. We didn't like set the type and stuff. But was in that array there? Was it the data dot highlights, or I didn't see what you were getting back because I can't read your
I
screen.
think it was. Yeah. It. I think it was data dot highlights, or was it highlights? Was it? Well, now I feel like I need to.
Well, what we can do is for now we can just do this to show it. So for the highlights, if we comment out line 17 for a sec, and then for set highlights, let's just set it to change it to JSON, like set highlight, and then we'll say JSON.stringify fetch highlights, just so we can get the whole thing, and then from there you can kind of continue. Um, you'll just dot stringify, and then that's the function, and then
Yeah.
we'll stringify the what is it user what on line 16. I can't see you have your hover user highlights data. Yeah, so we'll set that, and then yeah, we'll just close the function there on line 18, and then
Oh.
all right. Yeah, okay. And then down below we can just set the text. So like we have highlight now. So if you go back in your component real quick, and then we can call it a day. Um, yeah. So down here, so where you had highlight title, let's just put highlight. because there is a title, but right now we're just literally showing all
Yeah.
the JSON. I just want to see it come on the stream. So if you come back, okay,
Did
there
it.
you go. Okay, so from this point, you can
Dot data.
figure out like in the data that's there, based on the issue, like what to show, like the title, and I think it was description it was talking about, um, and then like you know you can go from there and break it up. That won't work because we did JSON.stringify, so it's literally just text right now.
Got it.
Um, but yeah, you could split it
Direction I'm
up.
going.
Yeah, exactly. So that's so kind of, I think it's in a good state to continue working on it. Like I said at the beginning here, the goal wasn't to fix this or implement this. It was just to get things started. So we were able, through the docs there, we got the API call for the getting the highlights, and then you can kind of continue from there, I think. So you can get like the first highlight, and then I think the issue says about like paging, so like you go to the next one, and then there's all the other stuff like I think what was it, adding a reaction to it, I believe. So
Yeah. It's asking a lot for me in one issue.
yeah, yeah. Well, the other thing too is you can break it up into PRs too. Like even though it's one issue, you could just say like this is the first part. Um, what, mind you, I guess it depends on the feature. Like you can have put it all back into one branch after. But anyways, that's an aside. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I know we're at time. I don't know if you have somewhere to go, but I know I have to.
Yeah.
um,
No, that's totally cool. Thanks, Nick, so much for having me on and walking through this with me. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool, cool, cool. Always pleasure having you on. I'm just gonna drop the schedule. If folks want to check out next week, gonna be hanging with, I believe next week it's with Aaron. Is it McCall Staples? How do you
Mikhail?
say it?
Yeah,
Oh no,
Aaron Mikhail.
it's next week it's Cloudinary. Sorry. Wait. Yeah, it is Cloudinary. Yeah, I'm hanging with Colby Fayok next Wednesday. So we're gonna be messing around with Cloudinary, and we're just gonna build something out fun with Cloudinary. So that should be pretty interesting. So
Cool.
cool, cool, cool.
That'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks again, Becca. Thanks everybody for joining. Good crew in here today. I'm just gonna see if there's anybody we can raid, because I'm trying to be one of the cool kids in raiding people. I don't raid people often, but not because I'm above it. It's just I always forget to. So let me just see here real quick. Yeah, no problem, Chrissy. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, let's see here. Why don't we go and raid
Bald
bald
Bill
bearded
Bill
beard?
yeah, that's a good call.
All right. Okay, bald bearded builder. Bald bearded builder. All right, let's do it. It's happening. All right, cool. All right, the raid has been created. We are going. Thanks again, everybody, and we will see you next week. Thanks again, Becca.
Thank
And
you.
it's
Bye.
raid time. Okay, bye. Just one sec here.